It's been a while. I've been really busy with work and this and that, but I'm thinking about coming back because I just want to come back, and this is my own little hobby. I just want to do it, right? Whatever. So I'm going to start it off, right? I'm gonna start it off with making a FedEx review. Okay? My God, my God. Okay. What I do want to say about the job was that the people there were nice at first, right? They were god tier. The managers, everything. I was always friends with managers. I even became friends with one of my friends, right? Whatever. Um, the work, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really hard, right? Whatever. But before the new managers came, the old managers were fucking fire, man. They were awesome. They were amazing, right? So what I found out was one day after I think 6 or 7 months of me working there, it was god tier, man. It was god tier. The Tracy California FedEx, right? Um, I was like, this is pretty fire, right? Whatever. Um, I would want to say that they all left. I was sad, and then they came out with these new guys. These new guys, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm literally older than one of the managers. It was pretty bad. So, and yeah, I'm like 20. So basically, I remember this one time. I was just working, right? I was just doing my stuff. And for some random reason, they just been doubling down. I don't know why they were doubling down on people, like working hard, doing this and that, even though their motto is to go at your own pace, right? So I'm sitting there, right, doing all that good stuff, and these guys just keep on telling me to hurry up, right? Hurry up, Joel, right? I'm like, okay, I got you, right? Whatever, because that's my boss. I gotta listen. But eventually, it got to the point where they would push me so hard that literally I would feel like I'm about to pass out. Like I can have water, I can have all that good shit. I feels like I would actually pass out. So basically, what I found out was they were setting down on these mottos, these other protocols, this and that, or whatever they want to call it, these rules, right? And basically, the thing was, if you can't keep up, they're gonna send you home, right? That's just how life works. If you don't have a clip with the little scanner thing, right, we're gonna have to send you home. But the problem was that I needed to wear shorts. I had to wear shorts. All right, I'm sorry. Like it's hot. It's the summertime. Like you gotta breathe, right? So I have my shorts on, doing all this good stuff, and I remember one time I'm just talking to this one manager, right? He's like, "Hey, Joel, you gotta, well, he actually called me Joel, but you know what I mean. Know what you mean? What the fuck? Basically, he said, Joel, like, put this clip on your side, right? And what I know is that it's way too heavy, so it would end up like pulling down my shorts, right? And I told him like, hey, there's a problem. Like, I can't, do that, this and that, right? And he told me, he straight up looked at me for some random reason. He's like, well, I understand, but you need to, figure out how to put it on, right? This and that. And I'm like, all right. So I try to figure out how to put it on without my fucking shorts falling down. And this guy, he's just like, hey, like, well, actually, never mind. I go up to him and I basically tell him, like, hey, like, I can't, put these things on, stuff like that. Like, it's just because I have shorts on and, I can't be walking around with boxers, right? Because, my shorts will fall down. So he then gives me this weirdest look, man. Like, I just murdered his dog or something. And then he's like, oh, are you talking back? So I'm like, I'm feeling like, already irritated and this and that, but, I'm just saying, like, no, I'm not talking back. I'm just telling you, like, I can't, be doing this and that. He's like, all right, then whatever, Joel, go work and do your stuff. I'm like, all right, I got you, right? So I start working. 20 minutes later, this higher up man comes out, right? Fucking has some swag on, all this good stuff, right? And he's like, hey, I'm gonna need your scanner, I'm gonna need your ID, I'm gonna need your other scanner thingy that also goes with the scanner thing, and we're gonna have to send you home. And I ask him for what, right? For what? And he tells me straight up, he's like, well, I heard you were talking back to your manager. So I'm already feeling like, already disrespected and this and that. And I basically told him like, hey, that's not what I was, saying, because he was like telling me like, oh, what you said and this and that. I was basically like telling him like, hey, like I'm not talking back. I was just telling him like, there's a problem, and we also need to wear shorts and stuff like that because it's hot in these trailers, right? And if you don't know, these trailers are like hooked up to the the sides of the buildings, right? This and that, right? Whatever. But it's all metal. So the outside weather, because the sun's hitting down on it, if you go in there, that shit is like 109 degrees, 120 degrees in there, right? All that good stuff. It's hot. It's just humid. It's hot, right? It feels like if you ever went to St. Louis during the summertime. God damn. So I basically was just telling him, like, I was just telling him, and then he was like, well, I don't care. You're going to be sent home because apparently, you were talking back. I was like, okay. Right, okay, I got you. All right. So, what is it? I also had almost got into an argument with this other guy, this one manager, because he was basically like, pushing me, telling me to do this and that. I was trying to meet the standard, which, by the way, the standard is way too high. I'm sorry. Like, what is it? Reaching 320? That's like two people stacked on, like, trying to work on boxes. It was crazy. And like I was pushing my limit and I was still barely reaching 280. It was so bad. Anyways, so hope they make a change to that. So I basically was in there talking to this one manager guy, right? Talking to this one manager, and this manager man, he was talking to me, and he basically said like, hey, you gotta start pushing, and you gotta do this and that. And the dumbest thing that I remember from this was that, what is it? It was ICs. If you don't know what an IC is, it's an incompatible package. Basically, these are like either too heavy or they just look weird, right? And these are packages that need to be like, manually put on a belt and then taken off and put inside the trailer, right? So I was trying to stack them up because he said you gotta stack them, right? All that good stuff. But these are like 60 plus pound packages for each. So eventually, my body's going to start slowing down. That's just how life works, right? And I'm telling him like, hey, I'm trying to keep up with this, right? And stuff like that. But like, it's impossible because he told me some like standard that was like, you have to have 4 packages in every 15 seconds. And these are like 60 plus pound packages. Some of them are like 120, 100 basically. And I'm just like sitting there. I'm trying to like, deal with my stuff. And this guy just keeps on telling me, hurry up, right? And then he fucking pulls me aside and he's like, oh, well, I'm gonna, basically he just wants to talk to me, all right? I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I just am trying to figure out what the fuck he said because, that happened a long time ago. And he was like, well, you're not meeting these standards, Joel. Like, come on, you gotta keep it going, right? I'm already out of breath and I'm telling him, like, standards. I'm trying to get these in there as fast as I can, but these are heavy. And he's like, well, I have to do that stuff too, and this and that, because he's a manager. He has done that stuff before, but I'm not him, right? Everyone's built different, so I'm pushing myself, this and that. Bro, I don't even want to hear it too, because I've seen him, because I've actually go to like the sunrise thing or whatever. There was this one thing where basically you can come in for like extra hours, get some money, right? And I've seen this man literally move at the same pace as I have with these ICs, right? And there's never any really like any ICs and stuff like that. And he has like a whole ass like hour to clear out that entire, wall and stuff like that, because they gotta prep for the next people. Anyways. Yeah, I just hated him. Anyways, so this guy, I'm like, damn near almost yelling at him. Well, not yelling at him, but like we're going back and forth. Basically, I'm just like telling him like, hey, like, can you get like another person to come out here, right? Can you get another person to come out here, right? And like he gets all irritated and this and that, and then he like swings at his little walkie-talkie thing, and he's like, hey, well, we got a person that needs teaching out here and this and that. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I go back to working. I go back to like lifting my stuff and this and that, and then he comes out of nowhere, and he's like, so what's the problem here? So I'm just like talking to him, basically saying like, I'm trying to put these packages in there, I'm trying to get them in there, right, and stuff like that. but your manager, this manager for this wall that I was on, keeps on like, telling me to hurry up, this and that, when these are like really heavy packages. And he's like, well, you got to meet the standard here and this and that. And I was like, I was already like, done. Because, like, I understand you got to meet a standard, right? But the standard that they set is so unbelievably high. It, I literally would go home and just have pains just everywhere, even in my lower back, right? Even when I'm not lifting with my back, I would still have pains in my lower back because you guys are pushing your people, right? So I'm doing it, right? And I just listened and I was like, all right, whatever, right? And I pushed myself for the rest of the night, right? I had to have a whole ass energy drink too. I had to buy one. I didn't even want to buy one because I never really had to use energy drinks, right? But ever since they got these new guys, I had to push an energy drink, right? Whatever. Then this guy, he wants to become my best friend, this and that eventually. And then he's always in my fucking business. Always just like, what is it? On my back, just watching me, making sure, oh, you basically, you gotta push. Like, come on, Joel, you're not doing it the right way. You're doing it the wrong way and stuff and this and that. And I'm like, before, with these older managers, literally you could do it however you want. Just as long as you got the package in there and as long as it was compact and put in there right. That's it. But with these guys, oh my god, they follow everything by the book. And, like, the book is outdated. I'm going to be real with you, right? The book is outdated, and they need to change that. So, I'm about to get on to the part where I actually had to leave from this. This shit was so bad, right? It actually made me feel a certain type of way, right? Because, I got offended one time, right? So, I was talking to this one manager, and he was basically telling me, it was on a different wall. And he was basically telling me, like, hey, hurry up, push it, right? Do all that good stuff. Push it, boom. I was like, all right, done, right? Whatever, I'm just going. But if you don't know what a Chewy package is, I want you to search up Chewy, all right? I want you to search up Chewy, and I want you to see what the boxes are, all right? They're like each 60-plus pound packages, dude. And it was coming down the fucking, the roller things or whatever, right? Where they come down to, get put into the trailer. So I'm keeping up with this. Right? I'm keeping up with this. And sorry, I just had to like move my arm. But I'm keeping up with these packages and they're just so heavy, dude. They're just so heavy. And eventually, my body's gonna tire out, right? So I'm trying to like meet the standard 280 and also, do the stuff, right? It's crazy. So he had a female worker help me, right? All that good stuff. Female worker that usually goes around helps people, right? She was even shocked by this. Trust me, it was crazy. Anyways, so not about the whole Chewy boxes, but the thing I'm about to say. So she basically was just helping me. We were talking, oh, what books you reading, stuff like that, because she was one of those intellectual people, right? So this guy comes back. This guy named Lorenzo, right? Because he's a manager there. He comes, basically, he comes or whatever, and he says, like, hey, Joel, like, look at her form, look at how she's doing, and this and that. You're doing terrible, right? And stuff like that. He just says like that. I'm like, all right, like, I'm trying to keep up with these Chewy boxes. He's like, well, that's just an excuse. Like, how are you letting a female worker do better than you and stuff like that? So I felt a certain type of way, and I talked to him and I told him like, hey, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that, right, and stuff like that. And he's like, well, you need to hear this because you're being worse than a female worker. So then this guy leaves, right, stuff like that. It's the big Lorenzo, not the skinny one. The skinny one, he cool, right? But this guy then talks, like he said, he just talks to me. And when he leaves, like, even the girls, like, shocked, like, I would make a complaint, this and that, right? So I'm like, all right, I got you, right? I make a complaint, nothing happens to him. I don't even think he even got talked to because he still talks to the people the way that he talks to me. So I don't know. I went up to HR. I don't know what the hell happened. I hope they talked to him, but they probably didn't. So I went to, what is it? Here's another one that also made me just, like, finally, like, actually leave the business. I was done. I was finished. This time I actually was like, I'm gone, right? So I don't know if this is, like, harassment. I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is just talking shit. I don't know. But I remember one day, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I was working there, right? It was in the middle of the day. It was hot, right? Whatever. I had the little thing, in my pocket because, you have to have it on you. That's just how life works now. So he comes to me and he basically says, hurry up. So I'm like, all right, I got you. So I start hurrying up, doing all that stuff, barely meeting the standard, barely meeting 310, stuff like that. And he goes in there. I'm already out of breath because I was actually pushing. I was going, man. I was about to pass out, right? And he says, "Oh well, I see you're out of breath." After he was checking my pH or whatever, which is my package scanned, per hour and stuff like that, right? Whatever. He said, "Oh well, you're out of breath. Let's see if you're," because he wanted to check, how many scan packages I've done in the hour, and he was like, "Hey, well, let's see if you're even worthy of being out of breath," right? And like I was offended at the point, but I was like I was trying to stay up, man. Like I dead ass was gonna fail. I was gonna like fall. I was gonna do this and that. It was bad, right? Um, all I gotta say is, look, I'm a dude. Okay, I'm a dude. Okay, I I literally can put up with so much shit. Okay, I can put up with so much stuff. That's not even counting some of the other fucking encounters that I've had, where some managers have even talked to me. They said, "Get in that fucking trailer," this and that. It was bad. They treat their people like it's something else. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm gonna be making this a report for HR, and I hope that they can listen. But what I do know is that it's not good for business. I don't know why. Like, you wonder why people don't come in though, because when I was working there, a lot of people weren't coming in, and you wonder why people don't come in. Okay. Um. All I gotta say is, don't work at FedEx, Tracy. That's my own opinion. So I can't get sued or anything. Um. Some of the managers need to have a talk there. They need to get talked to, okay, because they're dickheads basically. That's what I'm saying, okay. Um, yeah, and the reason why I'm making this video, right? Because I wasn't even gonna make this video. I was just gonna make the report and then go work base because I'm about to become a delivery driver. So I'm actually happy, right? Um, these guys made me cry. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I didn't cry in front of them, but like I would dead ass go home, right? Because sometimes I would actually go home because I felt so like bad. Like I would have like a migraine. I would be tired, this and that, and like I would just like they would guilt trip me and be like, "Oh, so you're leaving your team and this and that." Oh, and I remember one time, like, cause they were like, "Oh, you're leaving your team? Wow, you must not care about us and this and that." And it's like, what? Why are you even trying to guilt trip me? Like, come on, dude. So I remember this other one time that made me feel a certain type of way. What is it? I gotta think of it. I didn't really think of it. I don't even remember. But all I know is that I literally left that place. And as I was driving, I did. I stopped in the middle of the road. Like I was listening to '80s music and everything, bro. I stopped in the middle of the road and I fucking punched my steering wheel like dead ass movie style. It was crazy. I dead ass was like crying, man. I was just crying because I was like, what the fuck was I even doing in my life? Like I literally worked there. Just to like just to get money. Just to get money. That's all I wanted to do. Was just get money. That's why I was there. Just to work and get money. That's just literally how every job is. Like if you ask them, "Oh, well, I want to get the experience, or, I want to get this and that." No. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, some of the experience, boom, okay. But the money. That's literally the only point. And just for them to like sometimes guilt trip me and this and that made me feel a certain type of way. I literally, and I'm not even gonna lie, okay, lie to you. Like some days would be so intense, right? Because they would be like, basically like just being dickheads and like, doing this and that. I would dead ass feel suicidal. I'm not even fucking playing. I literally felt a certain type of way so bad that like I would just feel like I like there's one escape, and this and that, because that was like my only way of income, and I have to pay, bills. I have to, do that stuff, right? And it just it was just destroying me, okay, like mentally and physically. The humiliation that I went through is unacceptable. The harassment that I went through is unacceptable. I know those are like, mild forms of harassment, because some people are going to say, oh, that's just mild forms of harassment. Well, look, I'm going to be real with you, Chief. It made me feel a certain type of way, and that's what I hate. Anyways, I'm back on YouTube. I'm going to be doing this. Hold on. I have this. I have a laptop, a gaming laptop that I'm not going to use for gaming. I'm going to be setting up my Elgato eventually, probably tonight. Something, just whatever. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, because I want to make gaming videos. So basically, what I have to say is, don't work at FedEx Tracy. And yeah. Anyways, please subscribe if you're new. Fucking do other things. I don't know. But yeah, just be safe. FedEx, you gotta clean up your shit, man. I don't know what the hell this was.